My name is Joel. I used to think of myself as a good kid, responsible, cautious even. But now, I just don't know what to think. This is Tony. He is daring and acts impulsively. He always comes up with crazy ideas of fun. He seeks out challenges without thinking about the possible consequences. He has been my best friend since we were kids, and boy, have we experienced lots of exciting adventures together. But this adventure changed both of our lives forever. Tony had this plan for us to ride our bikes to Starved Rock and climb the bluffs. I knew his plan was insane and dangerous. I tried to convince him to do something else, but, like always, he didn't listen to me. We couldn't tell the truth about the bluffs, so we said we were just going to ride to the state park. I thought my dad would say no. He just put me on my honor that I wouldn't go anywhere else. I agreed, but I lied. Tony and I had a long bike ride ahead of us to get to Starved Rock, but halfway through our trip, a different idea of adventure popped in his head. He stopped at the bridge and insisted we go for a swim in the Vermilion River. The dangerous river we have been warned never to go in, but that didn't seem to bother Tony much. I tried to talk him out of it and suggested we go swim in the pool instead. Tony said I was just scared and teased me about being paranoid like my father. This made me angry, and to prove I wasn't afraid, I challenged him to a swimming contest. We abandoned our clothes by a tree and we got in the murky river. He was a sloppy swimmer. I was much better than he was. I was winning our race, so I turned around to see how far behind he was. And Tony, he was gone. I went down under searching for him, reaching for him, trying to find Tony. I let the current take me a bit, and then I was stuck. Gasping for air, I made my way out of the water. For a moment, I thought this was all a mean trick, and Tony was just hiding, but it wasn't. I ran to the road and stopped a car with a teenage boy driving. I told him my friend was in trouble and I needed his help. He came back to the river and searched for Tony. But with no luck, he turned to me and said I had to report the drowning to the police. The police? I was scared. The whole ride home I thought about what I would say. Do I lie or do I tell the truth? Will I get in trouble? I decided to tell everyone I felt sick and came home while Tony continued our trip alone. I walked up the stairs and locked myself in my room. I was angry. I was angry at Tony, at myself, and at my father. I was scared. I was scared to face my father and scared to face Tony's parents. I ended up telling everyone my lie and decided to stick to it. Later, the police arrived and talked to Tony's parents. They had his clothes from the river in a bag, and they asked me more questions. Tony's mother, she looked so worried and so confused. She asked me if I knew anything else about where Tony was, and I felt torn. I didn't know what to say. My father called me honorable and said I would tell them everything I knew. This killed me. I broke down and just blurted out the truth. I ran back to the house, and I was so upset. I blamed myself for what happened. It was my fault that Tony was dead. My father said it was an accident, and there was nothing I could have done to save him. That didn't stop the tears from falling. I missed Tony. I just wanted all the pain to go away. I asked my father if there was a heaven, and if Tony was there. And he said, I believe there's something about life that goes on. It seems too good to end in a river.